Well, as the pandemic continues, new reports show Alabama had more deaths than births in 2020. Since the Alabama Department of Public Health started keeping track, more than 14,000 people have died from COVID-19. Now, there are funds to help those families pay for funeral expenses, and Stewart Welch from the Welch Group joins us now to explain this reimbursement process. Good to see you this morning, Stewart.
Good morning, Mike.
We know this is from the Coronavirus Response Relief Supplemental Appropriations, but tell us how that will help people who unfortunately have had some of these tragic losses.
Yeah, we've had almost 14,000 deaths in the state of Alabama, and obviously a tremendous emotional toll and also a financial toll. And so what FEMA has done, or the government has done, is stepped in through FEMA and offered assistance to reimburse people for funeral expenses. And the way it works is the death has to have occurred after January 20th of last year, 2020. So it's going to cover virtually all COVID deaths. And you have an application, and you can apply through FEMA for up to $9,000 of reimbursement of funeral expenses. And they have one application. If there's more than one death that you're applying for, you can apply for up to $35,500 on one application.
So obviously you have to make sure you have some receipts and provide some proof of that. I'm just curious, we know this is a bureaucracy, so how long a process, or do we know how long it takes to get that reimbursement?
Yeah, so I think surprisingly, this has been pretty efficient, that it's happened very quickly. I talked to one person who applied for it not long ago and got their check recently. So they were surprised. I'm surprised at how efficient it is. You are going to have documentation. You'll have to have a death certificate that shows COVID as the cause or likely to have been the cause. And again, you're going to have the proof of the expenses for funeral expenses. But it's very broad, Mike. There's if it's cremation, a lot of things associated with the cost of funeral can be included in that. So I think it's something that not many people know about. And what's really important is there is no income qualification. So somebody would say, oh, I'm sure I make too much money for it. As far as we can tell, there's not an income qualification. So anybody who has a loved one that died of COVID is potentially would qualify for this.
All right, and let's leave that information on your screen there. There it is, folks. That's where you need to get information and where to apply there. P.O. Box 1001, if I'm reading that correctly, Hyattsville, Maryland. 10,001, I'm sorry, my eyes are failing me here from the long monitor screen I'm looking at. And there's the online information, disasterassistance.gov. And some of the amounts there that, look, I know it won't make up for the emotional toll that folks have lost, but certainly would help them a little bit financially to get reimbursed for some of those costs that were incurred. Stewart Welch, that's good information. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. Well, still ahead now, we do have the Good Day Bus.